Hello everybody, son Adelaja here from Kyiv, Ukraine. I want to use this opportunity to welcome all of you to the program. And today we are going to be talking about our beloved nation. Nigerian senators, the locusts and cankerworms are here. That is the topic of today, but of course today's program, Nigerian Mindset, is going to be anchored by our good friend Israel Good News BALOGUN. Hello, Israel Good News BALOGUN. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, DSA. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to those who are in Nigeria, UK, and then either good morning or afternoon to those who are in other parts of the world. I'm extending my greetings to them. And today is another day entirely, a day in which we have to discuss issues that relate and that concerns our country. And then I believe that every one of us would love to be part of this program. I would love us to go ahead and share with our friends, our family, to invite everyone to come back and so that we can see and to talk about this very important topic. What we may be concerned or be looking for, what is the problem? Where is the problem coming from? What exactly did Nigeria, or how did Nigeria feel about their own country at this moment in time? Okay, let me start by saying this, DSA, that the locusts and the cankerworms of nations are no other person than these people, the senators. It gets one's worried in the level in which our leaders, or let me say politicians, scrabbled for this place. One would have wondered what is in that place that everyone wants to be there. As a matter of fact, there are people who start their career in that place who are still there till now without them having any other thing to do with their life. The video that we are going to be using for today's program is like a mind-blowing that has the capacity to open the eyes of many Nigerians to know what exactly the amount of money that these people are enjoying by being a member of Senate. Okay, let me explain what propelled this topic of today's program. I said the locusts and the cankerworm. These were significant animals that God said He will rebuke on behalf of His own people. He said He will rebuke the locusts and cankerworms for them. He said He will rebuke it. But when the locusts and cankerworms are rebuked on your behalf, but your nation is suffering from the national locusts and national cankerworms. Though on you, the locusts and the cankerworms have been rebuked. But the nation in which you reside, the nation in which you live, the nation in which you are being governed by the same locusts and cankerworms, how do you intend to prosper in that land? One could have wondered to ask himself, what exactly is the problem with Nigeria? Do we really understand that whatever flow from the top affects the people on the bottom? We don't even know that many politicians, many young vibrants who desire to go into politics, who want to be part of the great nation, if they've taken responsibility to first even contest for the state for Senate, be part of this Senate, because many of us focus on executive arm of the government so much that we think Buhari is the only one governing Nigeria. We think that Nigeria is only governed by one man called Buhari. And so when Buhari is a better person, if Buhari is a good man, Nigeria will be good. But we don't know that democracy is resting on three arms, or let me say presidential election that we are practicing in Nigeria is resting on three arms of government. And if the three arms is not properly and operating well, these three arms has the capacity to affect the national development. One of the arms is what I refer to as locust. What does locust and cankerworm do to you? They enter into your resources, they eat it, but one annoying thing about them is they don't eat it in order, they eat it in disorder. In other words, let me say,
but there is the third one. No, since there are three arms of government, the third one is the grasshopper now that comes to eat up your resources.
Well, the grasshopper also, it can be part of them that come and finish everything you have. But you see, this locust and cankerworm, when they come into your resources, they may bite, they will just bite. Let's say they come into where you keep your clothes. They will bite a place on the cloth like this. They will leave it. Bite another one. Eat from another one. And maybe they stay on one shirt and they finish one shirt. It would have been better. I would have said, okay. But in this case right now, they will not only eat one shirt, they will eat one shirt little, one trouser in a little place, one agbada shirt, the complete cloth of Yoruba man. They will eat it in a little places, and then they will leave your clothes dents in that manner. You will just look at your wardrobe, you have lost everything. If they invade your farm, they don't just consume your crops. Let's say they come on the farm. If they finish a tuber of yam, it would have been better. But they go ahead and finish both the tuber of yam. They will eat little from them and spoil everything. Now, this is where the concern comes from. How do I relate this with our government? We will see it in that video when we start looking at the video. We will see how these people are eating from different angles of our resources, and there are many other things that are not mentioned in that video that I want to mention ahead before we go into the video, because the video will begin to determine our discussion today. As a senator, many of them are members of different committees. Those committees, they have responsibility to oversee different projects through which they demand for their own share. Many of them, whenever they are allowed to be part of a committee, they even fight for the community to belong to. There are some committees where when you belong to that kind of committee, you make a lot of money from it because the money that is flowing from there. I don't want to speak on things that I know. Let me share an experience that. Okay, let me go there, because many of them may be watching this, and I don't know if they are coming to pick me up tomorrow. So let me say things I can defend in the court of law. I will have said many things that will have been very, very nauseating, but I don't have facts to defend them. So I will stick to the ones that even if I pick up tomorrow, I can defend them and tell them this is what is happening. So now, Nigeria is in the state where it is today. People who are supposed to make law, to defend the democracy, to defend our country, they are wholly concerned about their own personal interests and what they will share in our national cake. Details out. Before we go to that video, we will see in that video the number of members of National Assembly. 469 members, 109 at the Senate, 360 at the House of Representatives. I said the governors that are in that Senate, there are 13 governors who are in that Senate. 2 of them didn't make it. They were defeated in election. 13 of them, they are in that Senate. And fortunately or unfortunately for them, those governors, they've served their country, their state for 8 years. And these people, they have a huge amount of money that their state to them until today. The cankerworms and the locusts of nation. If we need to hold crusade against them, I think after this program, Nigeria are good in holding crusade. I think it will be the right time for us to hold that crusade. Nigeria is a state of this. I have relationship to children at the local level. I am close to them. I go to their house. I visit their houses. I see what these children are suffering. I tell you, there are children today in Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, who fend for themselves. They are the ones that sponsor themselves to go to school. They are the ones that sponsor themselves to feed themselves. They struggle to feed themselves, and then we expect them to perform academically. These are people that these people claim to be representing. All they know to do is to get the money that belongs to them, convert it into their own personal wealth, come back to Nigeria and share to them. They will just call few of them. And then, you know, the Nigerian mindset is what we are talking about. I will be demonstrating the mindset of Nigerian to you very soon, and let you know how Nigerians see these cankerworms and locusts. Because we are the one, I am the one calling them cankerworms and locusts. But I'm telling you, many Nigerians are seeing them like their leader, like their hero. I know what is happening to them. By the time you come to say, your leader, this person is not doing the right thing, they will say, you are opposition party. You are trying to sabotage our. You want to ruin our career. You want to be an enemy of state. In fact, they begin to look at you as the enemy. Not even the senators who are destroying them. The people that are being destroyed are the same people that will welcome them and give them chief title right in their village. Chieftaincy right in their village. They will give them a chieftaincy. When they go for
title, they call it.
Okay, chief title in their village. They are the same people that these people are destroying are the one that will make them the Adini of Yoruba, or the imam of their community. They will make them the Otun of Kabiesi, that is the second in command of the king.
Or maybe the Ashiwaju.
Oh, they will call them the Ashiwaju of Egbe Omo Egba. They will call them the Oluomo of Egba land. You know, these are the people when they come back after they've siphoned the money that belongs to them, after they've eaten up the resources of nations, they will make them the assistant pastors in the church. Mrs. Remi Tinubu has just been made assistant pastor in Redeemed Christian Church of God. These are people that churches ordain as the assistant pastors. They ordain them as the patron and matron. When they enter religion organization, any church program, they were given microphone to come and address the public and the audience. They are the voice that people are listening to. If you are privileged to invite one, if you are privileged to have one that will attend your events, dare say you are a big man. If you are privileged to have a senator as your guest in your program, pastors brag on the altar that they are the one praying for senator, this particular senator. It is one of the testimony and the proof of their call in Nigeria. They stay on the pulpit to say, We want to praise the name of the Lord for the doors is opening unto us. I was in this particular place last week to pray for senator, and that to them is the proof that God is opening national doors for them. These are people when after they've robbed the nation, their money, they've robbed them their elections, they come back into the auditorium to come and give giving, and the church, oh Father, dear say, the poor will still go and look for money to buy the Ankara, the Aswebi they want to buy, the uniform they want to buy. They will still go look for money to buy it. And then these are people that all they do when they need another election is to come back and buy 20 Marua tricycle, 20 Okada motorcycle. They'll buy 20 grand machine, pepper grinding machine. They'll buy 20 of those things and they'll bring it to their constituency. They will call all the youths. They will bring cameraman. They will bring press. They will bring everybody. They will share it to some and tell them we have done a constituency project. These are people that will come and dig well in their constituency. They will claim they have dug a well, a borehole for their constituency, and water will never flow out of that borehole. They will commission a well. I'm telling you, dear, say anybody can challenge me on this. I can take them to that place. A senator commissioned a borehole. The day of commission of that borehole, it was a water tanker that came to drop water in the tank. The water tanker dropped the water in the tank. When the cameraman come, they open that tank, the water flow. They use the water. They say the water is not coming out. The borehole never bring water for once, and they claim to have spent billions on it. These are people that our people continuously voting for them. And do you know the reason? It's our tribe.
It's our
living. It's our own tribe.
It's our son.
It's from our own tribe. It's our son. Leave him. If he's a thief, we agree. It's our own thief. Everybody is a thief now. Your own is not there. It is. Nigerians today does not believe anyone can have integrity. They will tell you, "Okay, stop that you are saying. When you get there, you will see." These are people that our people will kill themselves over them in the name of protecting them. These are people that these people will rather kill their own son, their own family. They will rather kill their own family in order to protect who is running and destroying and eating and putting our nation in jeopardy. What exactly is this Senate or National Assembly all about? 4 years in office, new cars every 4 years, new cars, billions of naira as a package money. This is annoying. I am seriously angry. I know why I'm angry. I have come to understand what exactly what it means to be poor in Nigeria. You will not understand it until you live where you are living and come to the place where the poverty speaks and you can hear the language of poverty everywhere. Where children cannot afford to eat a square meal per day. They will be waiting for somebody who is going to call them and say, "Come and take bread." And they have somebody, they have who claim to be representing them, and they are diverting the resources for themselves. Yes, say we don't have nation here right now. I'm telling you. There's no country here. There's no country in the world that operates the way Nigeria is running our country, that ever attain development, no matter how much prayerful, how much fasting. No nation can run a country like this that will attain any greatness. Do you want to know? Do you want to know, sir? That each senator also have his personal assistants. I don't mean one or two. Even the office of Senate President have over 200 personal assistants and workers that are being paid from the national resources. A senator. A senator. They live larger than God. They are the. You don't know many areas where money comes into these people. Too much. I read an article by a senator, a former senator. He wrote and he said, is this senator as House of Rep member? He said, when I won the election, my first week as a National Assembly member, he said a bank approached him and they gave him a credit, is it debit card or something? We have credit card of
400
million naira. They gave it to him and said, Senate, sir, this card is for you. We are giving you this money. Pay us as we wish. He said he thought that was all. Another bank. He mentioned more than 3 banks that were running after him with this credit card that he should come and take it with millions of naira on that card. He said he began to wonder, what do they know how much I'm earning? How do they want to pay this money? He says until one of his colleagues told him, this money you can pay within a week. This is level in which this
people. How can he pay you within a week?
Of course,
how?
Very easy. What very easy? Just if you are a member of Senate and you are happen to be member of the committee on the petroleum matter, do you know how much share we put in your account? Do you know how much ExxonMobil is coming to put in your account? Do you know how much Total is coming to give to you? That you are just a member of a committee that is dealing with petroleum matter. You are a member of a committee that is dealing with any sector. People know, they understand that even the committee of a thing, they fight, they lobby to be chairman of it because that's where the money is hidden. Apart from the one that comes from the federal, apart from the one they get from contractors, if they set up a committee to look into any contract, here we are when we discuss the issue of electricity siphoning. I watch the live probe every day of my life. People were laughing at me. I was saying, yes, this time Nigeria will send this one to jail. I was telling everyone, thank God, because I saw the way these senators were molesting, were disgracing, were abusing the ones that are siphoning the money. I was so optimistic that these people will give us results. Eventually, after the result, what we heard was Farouk, the chairman of the committee, happened to have gone to meet Adelaja to collect some money. This is the level in which I tell you, sir, to be a senator, you are like, it's like they're giving you key to the central bank. There's nothing you cannot access. We have one of them who is so pompous to the point that he would display some of his exotic cars online. And he will be claiming that I don't need to sell my car to make Nigerian. When we know one car you are displaying worth 80 million, some car worth 1-something million. If you sell that kind of a car and put the money in microfinance and ask every graduate in your state to come and present a proposal just to get 500,000 loan from that money. If they get 500,000 loan and you make sure they pay you back within 2 years, you will be liberating many of your people in the constituency. and you'll be giving them job. They will be creating job, and mini and medium job will be created through that. They will rather go on convoy, live a flamboyant life, cut themselves totally from the society. You cannot reach them. You cannot touch them. This is a state where we are, dear say. And if everybody is angry in Nigeria and misbehaving, I'm telling you, this thing make you to misbehave. When you look at your children that they cannot go to hospital and now they good medical care. You drive on road, it's a den of death. We call it, somebody put a post said in Abia State, we don't avoid potholes again. We choose the one to enter. Because there's no way you want to avoid it. If you go this side, there's pothole. If you go this side, so you rather come and say, okay, which one should I enter? This is state where Nigeria is right now. Where the leaders are the one who have defined Nigeria to be their own property. All of us who are not in that circle, we are immigrants. And so we wait for the crumble. We wait for the small thing that come from the top, that fall down onto us. And if we decide to talk, if we decide to ask them, if there are people who are agitated enough to say, why would this continue in our country? The only thing we hear, kill them. They are enemy of state. They are against the government. Which government? Do we even have one? What exactly constitutes the government in the first place? State is the government. The state is the one that constitutes the government. It's just the state arrogates power into the hand of the government. He said, I give you this responsibility to manage my society for me. And you are accountable to me. But we don't have state. We have few men who know how to bribe touts, thugs, who can threaten you with debts, keep you quiet, and get their whatever they want anytime they want it. How do we correlate this circumstance that Nigerians find themselves? What is the future of ordinary children who does not have a parent who can give them the... Yes, I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you from the basis of fact, figures of things I see every day. The problem of Nigeria is not, educationally, it's not infrastructure problem. Our education lack content. Nothing is being taught in class. Nothing. Our children does not have future in their hand, and people who are supposed to stand in that Senate agitating for the future of these children are the one destroying the Nigeria and the nation. I call them locusts and cankerworms, and they are even a grasshopper that eat up the harvest. You know what grasshopper does, sir? They don't come when you are laboring. You don't see them when you are clearing the weed. When you are putting the seed down, you don't see them. The floor, you don't see them. But when your harvest is getting close, you see them, they will eat up everything you have labored for. They are selfish, they are self-centered. And I can tell you, Nigeria Senate body or the House of Representatives, they are selfish. What? When you see them standing to say this and this and this, the question I keep on asking is, these people does not even know the power that is arrogated to them by the law. I do say, if the Senate is sound and there are just men in Senate, go and bring the dumbest president. Go and bring the most stupid president to that position. Believe me. Go and bring the most stupid president. Believe me, sir. We have no choice than to perform. We have no choice than to perform. Because if the Senate are sound, if the Senate are upright, if the Senate are people oriented, go and bring the dumbest. Well, I will continue from my line of thoughts But before I go to ask them to show the video, I want to hear your opinion of BSA on this matter.
Well, I'm so happy that I spoke about this topic, how the Nigerian senators are bankrupting Nigeria. Then I did another one. Nigerians are eating like ants. Senators eat like elephants. Nigerians eat like ants. Then I did the third one now, which is Nigerian senators' salaries and the rest of the world. So there are 3 videos I've done on this. And after that, we began, maybe they didn't see my video, maybe there is no connection, but the fact still remains that it is after my videos that Senator Rochas Okorocha, who is a senator himself in the Senate, rose up and basically suggested the same thing that I had suggested in my video, that we should cancel maybe we should cancel one of the chambers, either the lower chamber or the top chamber, or just have one House of Assembly, one chamber of the National Assembly, or reduce the number of the national representatives. And he said exactly the same thing. And if a senator himself will begin to talk about that and campaign about that, that is a very, very strong argument. And then after that, after Okorocha, then Fayemi, who is the former minister of solid resources or minerals, solid whatever, and now is the governor of, is it Ondo State? Is it Ekiti State? Where is Fayemi? Ekiti State, right? So he's the governor of Ekiti State. And he said, actually, we could actually get rid of National Assembly altogether. We could get rid of Senate altogether and all their expenses. And that would be a huge money saver for the Nigerian nation. But that is not even what I want to talk about right now. What I want to talk about right now is the fact that the awareness is gaining ground. The awareness is coming. And the nation is waking up a little bit, little by little, at least some segment of the nation. That's number one. Number two, when I was listening to you today, right now, I was just thinking, these people should rejoice that I am not in Nigeria right now. They should be happy that I'm not on ground, because if I'm on ground, I know exactly what to do to make them change, to get this result. Either to make them reduce the number of senators and representatives, or to help them, or to make them reduce their salaries. Actually, my own idea is that if you want to even retain the 2 arms of government, let them be there, but you have to come without pay. So maybe they should even be serving without pay. If you want to serve without pay, because you are a patriot, you are patriotic, yes, come and serve without pay. But if you want money for us to pay you, then, we have to reduce the number. Or you have to cancel one of the chambers. So, but if I were in Nigeria, I know exactly what I would have been doing. And I know we will get results. Even right now, without me being in Nigeria, there are still strategies of how to get the result right now. Even being in, for people who are in Nigeria, we can get them to pass the law and change situations. No problem about it. That could be done. I only hope that, God will inspire people and give them the wisdom on how to go about this. Not through revolution, not do it the way Showore tried to do. That one will always land you in jail. But there are things what we can do right now already to make the government look into the situation. And but thank God that some people are already speaking. I think this needs to be taken over by social groups, by non-governmental organizations, by pressure groups, by civil societies. All these organizations need to come together and get united as a united force to bring about the desired change. The cost of governance in Nigeria is outrageous. It's just too much. And to change that cost of governance, we need the citizens themselves to demand for change. If we don't have the coalition of citizens for change, and if citizens themselves don't rise up to fight this cause and fight this fight, nothing will change. And one of the factors that will make this to be possible is unity. We need all these organizations to come together and be united to bring about a total transformation. If there is no such movement, it must be a citizens' movement against mismanagement and misappropriation of government and national resources. There must be, it doesn't have to be one organization. We could have thousands of organizations coming together to begin to, demand for a change, both from the presidency and from the National Assembly. So that's what I have to say about that, that there is something that could be done. I know what could be done, and I just hope that we will have people in Nigeria who will have the understanding of what to do at this time. But, I think we shouldn't give up on this topic. This topic should be, everybody should begin to first of all talk about it. Just like you are speaking about it now, I'm speaking about it now, everybody should begin to talk. And from everybody talking, the awareness will increase. And if the awareness increases and, the citizens arise, and if the citizens arise, the citizens are the power. Nothing can stop them from changing their own country. It is about the citizens and their awareness and their readiness to stand and demand a change. That's what I have to say about that, sir.
Okay, DSA. Before I go back to what I have on my paper, you have mentioned some things that I will address. I want us to address and then give a practical, a precise direction. One of it you mentioned was something could be done right now. Okay, DSA, I'm going to be very, very, I'll personally saying I am very, very much interested in what could be done. But that will not be discussed now, because I want to merge that with the video. What could be done in a practical term? If you know what to do that can make that to happen, then why can't you share it with us? And then see if there are people who will take it up and give it a trial. Okay, if there are people who are saying, we are ready to take it up, give it a trial to achieve a desired result, we want you to put light, share light on the practical step. But you mentioned something as well about the coming together of the social movement. I will talk about that when we come back, because Nigeria as it is does not have social movement. Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, well, let me say it does not have, but there are no tangible number of social movements who are void of corruption. There are no tangible number of them. Few of them are still standing, but larger part of them, so many of them are even established by these chiefs. So when there are people agitating against the bad behavior of a government, another group will rise, and two of them will meet together on the road of protest. They will cause fight, and police will have to step in. Because at that time, we are saying, reduce the money of a particular senator. This one rises and says, the senators are doing wonderful, leave them. In the course of two of them, because two of them say they are social organization, they both have the right to protest, but one is sponsored, or even the two could be sponsored from different quarter. And when the two of them meet together, there will be a fight, and police will step in there. That will be the end. Many of them will stand up against any cause. They want to champion a cause. Then somebody is called among them, is giving some money, the whole thing will scatter. There has not been any joint voice of people to demand unanimously for such interest. There have not been. For example, if the thief is not from Niger Delta, or let me say, if the thief is from Niger Delta, I am from Ogun State, and I'm agitating that this thief from Niger Delta must be arrested. The Niger Delta people will rise and say, look, your thief in Ota, have you arrested him? So, by the time I say, this is not right, they say, look, he's our own thief. He's our son. Let him thief. Your own thief, go and handle your own thief. How do we go about these ethical bigotries, political interest, different kind of factors that is not allowing Nigerians to rise? And people who are supposed to even champion this kind of cause, who could have been a man of integrity in the corner, they are locked up in one building called church. They are doing the work of God. Before we go, or before I call on this to talk about this, I would love us to see the video that propelled these thoughts. Then from there, we want all of you who are going to watch this video to also come up with your question, with your suggestion, with your own idea of how you think Nigeria can handle this. But not do tonight. I'm putting this challenge to everyone watching this program now. What do you think? How can this be handled? What can Nigeria do? This is exactly what I want us to talk about. Please, let's play the video, please.
Okay, before we play the video, I want to say that you said I should tell you. Why can't I tell you what I could do or what could be done to change the situation so that maybe some people will be willing to go and take over the challenge? But if I do that, that would mean that I'm exposing myself and I'm exposing the strategy. If I expose the strategy now, and then the people are listening to me, to the enemies that we are supposed to, the people we are supposed to challenge and the people we are supposed to replace, then they are going to block the efforts and the attempts. So it's so that will not be sabotaged and so that what we are doing will not be overthrown, hijacked. The only thing to do is to, first of all, wait. We have to do it the opposite way. We've got to wait and see people who are willing to take up the challenge and to implement the instructions that will be given to them. If I see people like that, then I could privately conduct, I could give it to them privately. But it has to be a group of people that have to gather themselves first. Then we could tell them what to do. But I would not say it openly and then hoping that somebody will come up from somewhere. It will be counterproductive.
But okay, now we'll come back on that DSA after this video, and then I'm still calling on everyone listening to this program who have an idea, who have suggestions, who think of anything, or who also think he is willing or is ready to accept the challenge, to be ready to call into this program and share their thoughts. But that will happen after we have seen this video and I've asked DSA some questions. Yes, attend to them. They will hear your own view and idea on this matter. So, why we come back, let us see the video.
Okay, let's see the video. They will put the video on now. Hello, everybody. Greetings to you today. Today is going to be a very, very burdensome message, very, very sad one, because some of you will be agitated after listening to this, and maybe some of you will even call for a revolution now and like to join Showore. But this is going to be a very, very sad fact that we are going to disclose to you today. The topic is how Nigerian senators are bankrupting the country. How Nigerian senators, the people who are supposed to lead us to promised land, the people who are supposed to give us the best life that we desire, the people who are supposed to be our leaders, they are our elites, our leaders, our VIPs, our aristocrats. They are supposed to be the ones who are the enlightened ones. They are the ones who are supposed to be the ones who are enlightened and who are supposed to enlighten us, the masses. But their lifestyle is what is killing Nigeria. These senators are killing, not just senators, politicians are killing the country. And sometimes you wonder if the kind of democracy that we say we are practicing now, if that is what the Nigerian nation needs or not. And I think it's not. That is not the kind of democracy we need. This democracy or this politics that we are practicing in Nigeria is only killing the country. As the case is right now, the way and the amount of money that the politicians and the senators and the House of Representative members, the kind of salary and amount of allowances they are taking home, the Nigerian economy cannot sustain them. The Nigerian economy cannot sustain 469 senators put together, because we have 109 senators and 360 representatives. So 469 in all, we cannot sustain them. And you will see now why. It's not just that we cannot sustain them, but they are actually leading and bringing the country to our knees. They are taking us to bankruptcy fast. And the hardship, economic hardship that we have today is partly due to their lack of sensitivity, lack of feelings to ordinary people, because our country now is the country with the largest number of poor people in the world, over 100 million people living in poverty, but our lawmakers are living a lavish lifestyle. They have a lavish pay that is almost 10,000 times more than the national minimum wage. 10,000 times more than the minimum wage, which is 18,000. Now they are trying to bring it to 30,000, but more than 200 times Nigeria's GDP per capita. Nigerian GDP per capita is less than $2,000, and that is more than 200 times the amount that these senators receive. Now, when you come to the Senate and you are a senator and you are welcome as a Senate, they are given what is called welcome package. That welcome package is about 4.6 billion naira just to welcome them. That is what Nigeria spends just to welcome the senators and the representatives into the National Assembly. Almost 5 billion naira. No wonder why governors, when they finish their cadets and their service as governors, that's why they run, all of them run to the Senate to continue their tenure. Why? Because they need the money. They want to keep on living large. Nigerian politicians are less concerned with the cost they incur in public service, despite the fact that about over 100 million of Nigerians, citizens, live in extreme poverty. They don't care that their own salary, their lifestyle is making the living condition of ordinary Nigerians to even be much more worse. Because most Nigerians are living on less than $2 a day, more than 100 million people. And they are living 200 times better than an ordinary Nigerian. This is the way the elites live, not just the politicians. The elite in Nigeria, we are running a feudalistic system of government, aristocratic system of government. That must change. There are two or three ways to resolve this problem, especially with the senators. There are a lot of ideas, and I think we need a national conference to discuss this, because either we are going to reduce the number of senators, 400 and something. Why do we need that? There are too many, number one, or we are going to change the two chambers into one chamber, or better still, what I will canvass for, what I will campaign for, is that let them be there. Let us to the two chambers, the senators and the House of Representatives, but let them work for free. They are patriots, isn't it? They love the country, isn't it? They claim that they serve the country, that we want to serve the country, they are patriotic. Well, let them work for free. Let them work for free. But instead of coming to the Senate to work for free or to the National Assembly to work for free, the new Senate president that they just elected now, that everybody was clamoring for from APC, Ahmad Lawan, he said that his salary is not even enough, that the salary they are getting is not enough. So I think he wants to get some more salary. And he was complaining that his salary is only 750,000. But he's not telling us about the allowances. What about the allowances, Mr. President, Mr. Senate President? Because the audit that was done at the end of 2014, right, between the audit of the Senate between 2005 and 2014 shows us that over $3 billion was spent just in 10 years from 2005 to 2015 to 2014, which is actually less than 10 years, 9 years. So the expenses of the Senate were over $3 billion. So if you look at the details of the remuneration of the average senator in Nigeria, you will scream. And let me show you. This is in the internet. I'm not sure. I didn't do this analysis myself. I got this from the internet, so I'm not sure how accurate the figures are, but this is what is there out there, because there is so much secrecy in the National Assembly. They are not opening their books to us, and when they are not opening their books to the public, anybody can come up with their figures. So, but this is what is out there. So let's see the picture of how the monthly salary, or maybe not salary, but allowances and everything that a senator gets, one senator gets on yearly basis or monthly basis. Let's say the basic salary is said to be 2.4 million naira. That is the basic salary, all right? But apart from that basic salary, then they have what is called the hardship allowance, which is 50% of the basic salary. And that comes to 1.2 million naira. And then apart from that, they have what they call constituency allowance. Now, I know that the constituency allowance is supposed to be used for the development of their constituencies. But tell me, what are the constituencies that have been developed by senators? Tell me. Show me these constituencies, the local governments, the constituencies that are being developed by the government, by the senators. Even those constituencies might not even know that they are giving them money to develop them, to bring life to their constituencies. And rather, they will before the election, go and spend money in the constituencies to be elected. And that money, they make it look as if they are the ones who are spending it from their pocket. They will not tell you that the federal government is actually giving money to every senator to spend to develop his own constituency. But the amount of money that they are getting for the constituency is 200% of their basic salary, which comes to almost 5 million naira. Now, then apart from that, they have the newspapers allowance. The newspaper allowance has to be 50% of their basic salary, which is 1.2 million newspaper. But why do you even need newspaper allowance these days when you have internet? I mean, you have, your internet. There's no need for that. That has to be removed. And then another funny one, they have wardrobe allowance. Wardrobe allowance is clothing allowance, which is 25% of their basic salary, which comes to 621,000. But why do they need wardrobe allowance when were they not wearing clothes before they were elected? And were they not even well-to-do? These are the well-to-do Nigerians. Some of them were governors, some of them were successful people. They were already successful. Why should I be clothing them? Why don't they come and wear their own clothes to their workplace? Are they doing fashion parade in the Senate? Then they have another one they call recess allowance. That's for holidays, so that they could travel. 10% of their basic salary. So what about other Nigerians who are not in government? Don't they travel? Don't they have recess? Don't they have holidays? Don't they have vacation? They have a way of taking care of themselves. Why should the Nigerian government be paying for salary every senator? I mean, 400 and something of them, almost 500 of them. And that is 10% of their basic salary, which is 248,000 naira. Accommodation, which is accommodation allowance, that is another one, which is 200% of their basic salary. So it's 2 times their basic salary. It comes to almost 5 million naira. And then you have utility allowance with utilities, and maybe you want to buy iron or shine your shoe, 30% of their basic salary, which is 828,000 naira. So these are some nonsense that are happening. Look at the next one. The next one is domestic staff allowance. domestic staff. That is Nigerians. We have the elite Nigerians, then you have the masses. So from the masses, you have slaves. So those domestic staffs are the slaves. And then the Nigerian government has to, the Nigerian population have to be paying for Nigerian senator to keep slaves. Whereas these people are supposed to be there to create, equality for all Nigerians so that there will be no slaves, so that we will all be equal. Instead of that, we are practicing oligarchy. We are practicing the aristocracy. We are practicing feudalism. That is where you have domestic staff. And government people are even doing that. This is evil. 70% of their basic salary, that is what we give them, pay them extra time to be keeping slaves or housemaids or domestic staff, we call them. And that comes to 1.8 million naira. Then you have another allowance that is called entertainment allowance. And the entertainment allowance is 30% of their basic salary, which is 828,000. See, it's all crazy. Personal assistance allowance, they have that one too, which is 25% of their basic salary. It comes to 621,000 naira. Then you have vehicle maintenance allowance, which is 75%, because didn't they ride their own vehicle before they came? 75% of their basic salary, which comes to 1.8 million naira. Then you have the leave allowance. This is even different from the one we saw before. Leave allowance. They have to go on leave, then you have 10% of their basic salary, 248,000 naira. Then you have severance gratuity when they finish, when they are no more elected. You pay them 300% of their basic salary, which is 7,400,000. That is what you pay them. Then you have car allowance again. That's for buying new cars for them. That's come to 400% of their basic salary, which comes to almost 10 million naira on every senator. So the total amount, if you are going to calculate all these things together and you are going to add them all up, it comes to monthly salary of 181,000, almost $182,000. That is in naira, it's going to be 29 million naira, 29 million naira or 181,000 dollars. That's why people are rushing to this place. And then the yearly salary or the yearly income these people reckon will come to, because if you multiply 29 million by 12, it comes to 353 million naira or $2 million naira, $2 million, a little more than $2 million a year is what comes to the hand of every senator. And we have about 500 of them, 460 something thousand, of the senators are less, 100 and something, 109. Then with the House of Representatives, which is a little bit less, But you see, the Nigeria economy cannot sustain this kind of National Assembly. We cannot sustain this kind of senators. Something needs to be done urgently. And I call upon the President of Nigeria and the National Party, the APC, and the national leaders to do an emergency meeting and organize a committee and to discuss this and to come up with a solution, because Nigeria economy cannot sustain this. Why your population, the people that you are representing, are living in penury, the people that you are representing are living on less than $2 a day, you are living like even people are not living in the Western world, in Europe. You are living like kings, you are living like bourgeois, you are living like, like oppressors. And I think the president needs to hear this voice and this cry and do something. If we are going to reduce all these things and they will only be paid 20% of all this or 10% of all this is enough for them. And that money should be used and sent to the children that cannot go to school. It should be used to support the families that are living on abject poverty. It should be used to, increase the salaries of the workers. This is the kind of thing that could lead to a bloody revolution. And if we don't want that bloody revolution, we need to do something about the salaries of our National Assembly representatives. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace. Well, that's it. We've seen the video, and I'm going to go back to Mr. Israel Good News BALOGUN. He's the one that is cooking the meal today, and he's the one that is setting the fire on. And hello, Mr. Israel. So we have shown the video.
Hello, DSA.
Let us hear what you have to say about it.
Hello, DSA. Where? If anybody who listens to this video is not weeping for Nigeria right now, it's either you have not, I don't know the word to use to qualify the person. It's terrible. It's terrible to even see some of most annoying allowance I can hear from that.
The allowances.
For example,
they are outrageous.
Hardship allowance. Sorry, who is passing through hardship here?
Is it the senators?
The Senate
or the ordinary poor Nigerians?
Or the ordinary poor Nigerians. Who is passing through hardship? And they should define what that hardship is all about. What is that hardship? Hardship that you are giving free accommodation.
That is hardship.
Free car. Their car are being fueled by government. Their trip are paid for. The clothes they are wearing are paid for. Wardrobe allowance. The domestic workers in their house are paid for. Okay, if that is hardship to them, what should we call what Nigerians are passing through? Maybe we should call it
hell allowance.
Hell allowance. Because these are most annoying thing I can ever hear in my life. And if any senator is listening there, and I'm saying to you that senator who is listening, you should know that you may go scot-free with this. But menace, justice, God will catch up with you. One day, the history will be written and the name of those who rule this country will be mentioned. And your name will be there. Your children's name will become the one everyone points out as destroyer of nations. These people are not just wicked. They are extraordinary wicked. What have they done? As a governor, as ministers, party leaders, as commissioners, what have they done? Okay.
Well, I will have to say, before you go ahead, that maybe you shouldn't blame the senators and the honorables Ashley like that. Because let me tell you the story of one woman who was a senator. I think she was a senator, yes. Who was a senator. I don't want to mention the state because only one woman has represented that state. And once I mention the state, everybody will know. The woman herself confessed, this is some of her relatives that told me this, that when she became senator, first of all, the first thing that met her when she became a senator, the first thing that met her was the welcoming package. After the welcoming package, the allowances, the car allowance and the other allowance, and then the salary, and then this allowance, that allowance, that allowance. She said she was screaming and saying, I'm ashamed, this thing is too much. I'm only here for 1 month. I've not even done anything. Why all this money? By the time she was there for 2 months, 3 months, she was saying, I don't even go to the account again. I have 2 or 3, she has 2 or 3 accounts. Only one account she was opening. The other accounts were just piling. The money was just piling there. And she was saying, what will I do with this? She was even saying, even me, I'm ashamed. Even me, I'm feeling uncomfortable. But I didn't write the law. There is an agency that is responsible for determining the salary of civil servants and politicians. So that agency, she said it was done before me. This was all instituted and established before I got here, but I cannot even stop them. If I stop them, there is no way I could stop it. Everybody, it will still be coming anyway. Even if I refuse, they will still be sending it. That is why the former senator that is put in jail right now, the former governor of one of the states, they are still sending the money to him. Allowances are still going to him in the millions, even though he's in jail. So she was even saying she's uncomfortable with this. That, why all this money? This is too much for me. I don't need so much. But you see, the people to blame are the people who set the rules. And the people who set the rules for this kind of outrageous, astronomical compensation or salaries or income or remuneration for these people, they are the military. It's coming from the 1999 Constitution. And the military people, what happened is that they were, that time, that was when Abacha died. And after Abacha died, it was clear that Nigerians would not tolerate military rule again anywhere, anymore in that country. Military cannot come back again. Because the hatred that Nigerians began to have for military rule because of Buhari, because of Babangida and Abacha, made them to know that they are going for good. So Abdul Salam, is it Abdul Salami? Abdul Salam was the last military head of state after Abacha died. He set up a committee to transfer the power to the civilian rule. And so they needed to quickly debate the constitution and and all these things. And they were doing it in a hurry. So the whole idea was that since the military, all the military officials cannot remain in power, they can no more be in governors, they can no more be senators, they can no more be, they were not senators that time, or something. They cannot be head of states. So the strategy was that they will all retire. And they know that the next military governor that will come will retire all of them. So they will all retire. And once they retire them, they will just all retire and go to the National Assembly as senators for the senior military officers and to House of Representatives for the junior military officers. That's why you will see most of our National Assembly members right now were one time or the other in the military. Especially during after the 99 something, during Obasanjo first time, second time, and all that, a lot of military guys were there. That's why Mark David or David Mark became the speaker, because he's a military guy, also was a general. So that is how they came, and that is their own way of compensating themselves for leaving power, for giving back power to the people. Because when they were in power, they were enjoying it. Now that they are giving it back, they went to reseat themselves in the place where the benefits of power will still be coming to them, even though they will still be receiving the pension and all that from military also. So what I'm saying is that it is the system that must be changed. It is the law that is responsible for remuneration of the government officials that has to be changed. And of course, it means that the senators themselves have to, they have to do something about it, because if they pass a bill about that, the agency doesn't have any option but to change it. So this is, I don't know what you have to say to that. Hello, Israel. I said, I don't know what you have to say to what I said now. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, that is where I actually wanted to start from. If they could make the law to favor themselves, and they discover that this is not right, and they still say that they could not change it, then
no, they don't say they cannot change it. Oh. Who wants to change it?
But
nobody wants. They are not interested in changing it.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
They are happy that it's like that.
Yes, when you say we should not be harsh on them like that, that it is the system, who should I blame? System didn't build himself. People build system. And when people who build the system and discover that the system is favoring them, and they are not interested in changing the system, should I go and blame the system or blame the people that are supposed to change the system? If this money is favoring civil servants, would they leave it that way? Let us assume military make a law before they leave power that every Nigerian citizen should be getting monthly allowance until they get a job. Would they still allow it to flow that way? But they are the one that is enjoying the benefit of that law. The law is favoring them. It is in their own interest. Therefore, only say, the money is too much. The money is too much and you cannot talk. You cannot sponsor in a bill. Why was the woman even elected in the first place? Was it not for him to make law? So he got to the power, and then you see the enjoyment, the benefits. You are not convenient with it. You discover that this is not right for a nation. You only say, me too, I'm not comfortable. But you have never taken a step to stand up and begin to pursue a bill. Either they will kill it or not. She should come out and show us the bill she pursue. Either they kill it or not.
No, there have been 2 senators, I remember, that have tried to do that. There is this senator they call Sani, is it Sani Uba or something, Sani something, from Kaduna State. He lost his re-election bid. A senator, I think it's Sani, is it Sani Ahmed? Sani something, Sani. You know, he's a very popular guy. He used to be a senator from Kaduna State. So he tried to sponsor that bill. And then there is another senator, former senator, he also lost out from coming in. He's that one that's talking about common sense. What was his name?
Ben Bruce.
Ben Bruce, yes. Ben Bruce also tried to, bring out the topic and challenge it. But, they were all defeated.
Of course, DSA. Thank God that they did that. But no one should shift the blame away from them. If the money comes to my accounts and at the detriment of the nation and is within their power to change that law, even if one person has spoken and it did not get through, the responsibility still falls on them, and they should accept the failure. They should accept the failure of their actions. I'm not even harsh on them. I didn't want to be harsh. I'm looking for right word to use that will get them angry. And they should send DSS to come and arrest me.
No, it's not you. It's not the. Okay, let me tell you, there's something I want you to understand about this thing. It's not only them. Oh. You should know the mentality of your rulers and of your people. And
we are dealing with them now.
I have to explain something to you about it. The thing is that the elite in Nigeria, from the time of independence, their view of the country and of independence is that when they are talking about independence, they were not thinking about the millions of Nigerians who are in the villages or who are in the country. Their own concern about independence, their own understanding of independence was the British people are ruling over us. And the educated Nigerians were only messengers and assistants. Why should they be ruling over us? We now are educated. We went to the same school with them. So if they are ruling after us, they are taking all our benefits. So it means the benefit of governance, this country is our own country. When they are talking about that, they are thinking about the cake, the national cake. So to them, we need independence. Don't rule over us, which means we will take your place and the benefits of this country will come to us. So we will be the one pocketing. So the elite of Nigeria, either they are kings or they are monarchs or they are educationists, or they are lawyers, or
It's off. It's off now. On it back, sir.
is it on now?
It's on now.
Oh, it means it has been on long time then.
It has been on, it wasn't off. I was hearing you.
You are hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the last you heard?
I heard that whether they are monarch.
Yes, either they are monarchs, or they are educationists, or they are lawyers, or they are doctors. The whole idea of even getting education in Nigeria is all about me to come out of the poor people in my country and get to that elite status where I will be able to now get to a place where I will share in the national cake. So the whole idea about being educated in Nigeria is to escape the life of ordinary Nigerians. They don't count those ones, Nigeria, of the masses, of the poor. Is to get the whole dream of every Nigerian that is trying to get educated. Even you that is there, and everybody that is listening to me now, they are the same thing. We all want to escape the poverty, get to the elite status, where we could get either contracts, or where we could get good job, or where we could get a position for anything. And once I get there, I'm going to be one of the stakeholders. That is why you always hear Nigerians talk about stakeholders. You always hear Nigerians talk about, we are stakeholders. Have you heard that word before? Stakeholders. Yes. It's because that is the whole concept of Nigeria. We are going to school, to be educated. We are going to politics. We are going to anywhere, any committee, so that I will be one of the stakeholders there. One of the big men there. So that once I get there, I just need to get there. Once I get there, they will settle me. So it is not just so you now want the senators who have now gotten to their own place where they are settling them to now go and change the law. That the thing they work for all their lives, where they struggle to get to the thing they dream about since they were primary school. Now they should go and change the law on themselves. Otio, they are not. This is, for them, this is the whole reason why Nigeria is existing. The whole reason why Nigeria is existing is for Nigeria to make available our resources, natural resources, for all to sell it. We are selling national resources, and the money that is coming, we are the ones who have gone to school. We are the ones who are educated. We are the ones who are enlightened. But the price and the reward for being enlightened is that we are the ones sharing the national cake. Either as politicians, or as educated elites, or as enlightened few, we are the ones that will be sharing the national cake. So the elites in Nigeria, the whole concept of education, elitism, and thing is to be in the place, to be closer to a place where some of the benefits of this country will also be getting to me. So Nigeria, to the mind of Nigerian elites, is about a country that is making our resources wide open in the square, and everybody that is closest to the table is taking it. Nigeria is supposed to provide for me what will make me live large. I'm taking from Nigeria. Nigeria is there for me to be squandered, to be strangled, to be squared, to be eaten, to be benefited from, to be robbed, to be strangled. Nigeria is there to be providing for me. It's like a cow. It's like, what do you call it? The golden calf, or they call it the golden chicken, the golden hen that is bringing the golden the eggs. So it's just to bring the eggs for me, just to be bringing out the eggs for me. That is what Nigeria is for them. But for the masses that are there, they don't care for them, because why? Let them also go and become privileged. Let them also go and become elites. Let them also go and work hard like I've worked hard. Let them also travel abroad and be educated. Let them also go and get a PhD. Then we can talk together. But while they are there, sometimes we'll remember them, but it's not their own stake. They are not stakeholders. They don't have a stake. So Nigeria is a country of stakeholders. That is what we don't understand about countries. But whereas the real understanding of countries in civilized climate is that a country is supposed to be judged by how much is taking care of the least and the weakest of that society. A country is judged by how much that country has been able to provide for the welfare and well-being of the most vulnerable. That is why governance and leaders of nations and elites in every country, they sacrifice themselves. The meaning of leadership is that we want to sacrifice our privileges. We want to offer ourselves as living sacrifices to make sure that the most underprivileged and the most deprived of us will be uplifted to a worthy level. That is why we want to volunteer to be leaders, to be politicians, to be elites. And that is why in Europe, read the story of the elites. People like William Wilberforce, they sacrificed their lives. People like Martin Luther, the reformer, they sacrificed their lives to make sure that the ordinary peasants, John Calvin, the ordinary people benefited and they lived good as the privilege of the society. They sacrificed their life to destroy aristocracy. The aristocracy that is now being celebrated in Nigeria, the big manism, was destroyed in Europe by the elites themselves. So the whole idea of being educated and being elite in Nigeria, this is not just about the people we are blaming now. Even the ones that are blaming them now, when they get there, they will do the same thing. Because they don't know that it is in their subconscious. It is on the subconscious level where that wrong notion is already planted.
Yes, DSA. I totally agree with you that this is not about the Senate. But today's discussion is about the Senate alone. And that is why I'm narrowing it down on them. In fact, this is going to prepare me to change my topic for next week's program. I was thinking of talking about the pillars of values, of national values next week. But I am going to deal with this next week on that Nigeria big manism. And that video, you will see the way I will dress next week and to show you.
Yes, you know there is another video I did, how big manism is killing Nigeria.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to deal with that next week, and then everyone watching now will want to come. I wish you come and see what it means to be big man in Nigeria. It's not going to be out of word alone. I'm going to demonstrate it to us, what big manism means, how we define a big man, how a big man is being defined in Nigeria. But today is about the Senate. And so I am concentrating on Senate alone. And then I know the power that has been allocated to these people by law. Everyone in Nigeria has the same mindset, but they are our point of discussion today. If a man says, I am leading the society, and then is leading the society at the expense of the society, he should be called a thief. Thief is a thief. That's no need. Somebody wrote an article said, you can't be an internet fraudster and you call yourself hustler. You are not an hustler, you are a thief. Thief is a thief. This is not out. Okay, let me give you some of the things I mentioned on that video. Many people did not hear. Welcome package of senators cost 4-point-something billion. Now, DSA, let me ask. You are elected as a senator to serve a nation, and you are welcome with such money as on your arrival. That is one of the package you meet. If you reject it, if you cannot change the law, and you reject it and you make it known on the national papers, why you need to reject such money, though that does not mean they will not collect it and take it away. But you, as because of your desire to change it, you reject such package. And you not only reject it, you allow the media to be aware why you must reject it and why Nigeria must start to demand for all their senators to reject it. You have started something and you have started putting something right. I gave him my account number. Money is worth entry. I'm saying, oh, that money, why is it too much? It's entry, no. You don't say, why is too much? It's too much. But you never said it's okay. You love it, my sister. You enjoy it. In fact, you are so happy. Very soon you will throw a party because you don't know what to do with the money. Very soon you go and sponsor comedians. You go and watch comedy, buying a table of 5 million naira, buying all the tables of 5 million naira. Do you know Milai will buy all the tables of 5 million naira for himself and put people that he likes on it? On a show of comedians. A senator will go to party in front of a musician, he will be spending bail. A former senator, Senator Kasam, we go on a party, sit down like this, he was spending bales of money, not one. He was taking one bale. All this video I'm going to show them next week for people to see. This is the lifestyle of Nigerians, and this is exactly why Nigerians are in this point where we find ourselves.
He was not spending, I think he was spraying bills. Package.
He was spraying it.
Pack
He will take one
of
bill
money.
like this.
Pack of bills.
He will take one bill like this and put it on the man's.
No, it was not a bill he was taking. No, it was a pack. He was taking packs.
That's what I'm saying now. The pack of that money.
Pack, the whole pack.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so 4.7 billion for a welcome pack, and then we should not blame them because system provide it. No. They are thieves. Simple. It's as simple as that. Thief is a thief. If you say because my son is bringing money at home, okay, maybe
no. They are not thieves. They are not thieves.
They are not thieves
because the Constitution provided for it.
That's what I'm saying.
They are not thieves.
The word thief.
They are just taking advantage. They are oppressors. They are oppressors, and they are opportunists. They are bureaucrats. They are opportunists, oppressors, but not thieves. Maybe they are thieves, but indirect thieves.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is the word thief may not be right to use because they've not stolen anything as far as law is concerned.
Yes.
They've not stolen anything. But they are supposed to be the one who defend the one who sacrificed their life for the weak. What happened again? National conference. Okay, I will come back to that one. Hardship allowance, I've spoken about that constituency allowance. What does the constituency allowance mean to Nigerian senators?
No, that's what they're supposed to be using for their constituencies now to develop it.
If you heard of anything called padding, when Buhari came in, the first budget he presented was delayed for several times because of a lot of padding that came into that budget. Constituency allowance is one of the platforms upon which senators hit a lot of money. They will propose for budgets. Because you need them to favor you in one area, they will lobby for their own constituency allowance, constituency budget. So now, for example, if you are lobbying for highway budgets, highway project in your constituency, I may be lobbying for big project. The bigger the project I'm able to get into the budget, the more the money that get to me. So it's a trade. It's like, I will do this for me, I will do this for you. But do we have the money gets to the people that is sent to? The question is no. Rather, they will come back with exotic car, they will buy bag of rice, they will share it one Congos and give it to many people to go and eat. And everybody will be shouting, thank God we have a deliverer. That is what they do with their constituency allowance. DSA. This one is terrible. Wardrobe allowance. I wish people would go back to go and see the amount this thing costs. Wardrobe allowance. I mean, these are people that does not even know how many clothes they have. These are people that does not, that if they decide not to wear one clothes, I repeat a clothes once in a month, even in 1 year, they have it. Do you want to talk about gifts of clothes padded, packed in their house? Many of them are having this thing on a fee level, in hundreds, in thousands, giving unto them. Yet somebody is still saying that this money is too much, they are giving you wardrobe allowance. You cannot publicly denounce, renounce, and reject the money and tell the media, I refuse to accept this kind of money from my country, and this is my reason why I refuse it. What I think Nigerians should do about it. Nigerians need to begin to speak in that direction and let us all stand up. By the time a senator stand up to say no, you don't need to pay. If you push a bill, they are not accepting it. You should also stop collecting that money and make it public that you refuse to collect the money. No law that against you from refusing to collect such money. So if you refuse it, and you let the nation know that you have refused to be part of this, and you can begin to enlighten people over that, such money that is being spent on the senators on a daily, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, is enough to liberate many Nigerians from extreme poverty. When I say many, I mean in millions. All they need to just keep 4 children alive, to send them to school, is just 20,000 naira. All they are begging for is that somebody should give them 20,000 naira. They can start selling vegetable. They can go and buy a pack of fish. They'll be selling it. They can start selling pepper, and they will be contributing money every day. They can send 4 children to school with that kind of money. And somebody can go to a party, throwing a pack of money on somebody singing. This same person does not have industry. He doesn't have a company that we can allocate. All we know him to be, he came back from UNES, he became a politician. And that's all. Okay. Constituency allowance. These people live 200 times better than Nigerians. Personal assistance allowance. Yes, let me ask you this. You mentioned you think national conference should be called. In the history of Nigeria, there have not been any time when they call national conference that the results. I know of two major national conferences have been called in Nigeria. Okutapane, the CONFA. These 2 major national conferences were called for nations to come and discuss national issues and suggest the way in which we run our country. None of it has been implemented. None was revisited. Billion was spent, billions of naira. I think when Nigeria's government notes that there is high level of agitations from the people, peoples are making noise, they are shouting. If they want to calm them down, they will call for national conference. So within the national conference, people are optimistic that, okay, our leaders are now talking. Let's wait for what they will come out with. By the time they finish national conference, they will say they are reviewing their results. By the time the result will be reviewed, the government will change power. And then we'll go back to it again. We'll begin to make that noise again. Agitation will start. That will continue and continue. This is exactly what we are talking about. National conference has never solved Nigeria's problem. And the reason is very simple. DSA, we don't have leaders that give respect to rules and regulations. Leaders of Nigeria does not said it. Nigerians are few. There are few Nigerians. And those few Nigerians are just mere those who have the money, who have gotten themselves within the corridor of power. They are the Nigerians. Whatever concerns the larger number of Nigerians who are not Nigerian, who are immigrants, is not their own concern. But whatever concerns them, what happened? Abuja-Kaduna Road was known to be highly prone road for kidnapping. People are being kidnapped on a daily basis in hundreds for years, until governments want to renovate Abuja airports. They need to land in Kaduna, and they have no choice than to take that route back to Abuja. Suddenly, kidnappers disappear in that area. And so, they put soldiers in those areas that monitor the road. They fix the potholes. They say, look at this from this angle. When this thing affects them, that is when Nigeria is in trouble. When it is affecting them, that is only when Nigerians are in trouble. When it does not affect them, Nigerians are not in trouble. Because they will be involved in passing that road. And they must not be kidnapped. So kidnapping disappear.
Because they view Nigeria as that chicken, the hen that carries the golden eggs. So it's just to carry the golden egg for them. They are not contributing to it. They are not feeding it. They are not. It's not for you. It's for them. So when anything pertains to them, that is that wants to disturb or stop the process of their golden eggs being released, that's when they respond into action.
So that is exactly where the problem we are facing right now. The people, and then I will say this also. I think I've brought it up and I said, citizen movement against these people, how do we go about it? You have said it's not something to be discussed in the public, in the open. It's something that has to be that. Is either you come and show and do it, or if you see people who are ready, who show the readiness, who can prove that they are ready, and then they can be taken to secret and discuss it. Of course, I agree totally with you. I know many of them are watching this video. I know many of them are hearing you. If they are not hearing you right now, somebody is going to share it with them next time. But what is very important to me as a Nigerian, and I'm talking to them, if you any senator is hearing this later or you are hearing it presently, there are children that are suffering because Nigeria is not in a good shape. There are thousands of them that are passing through these challenges because nobody cares for them. Nobody think about them. Nobody remember them. Nobody know they exist. They are in thousands. I am calling on you, our senators. Please, rise up and do something. If only thing you could do is to become the voice that speak for the voiceless. Let them kick you out for one term. Let them even expel you from the Senate. Your name will not be forgotten. There are many Nigerians today who are dying in thousands. Their hope hanging on you as a senator, that one day you will become their voice. I wish to speak for them, but If I speak and a senator speak, national TV, national newspaper knows the right voice to go and pick. They won't come to my voice. They won't come for my own voice. I'm not yet a personality that can attract such audience. I'm striving to become one. But you are already there right now. And there are many thousands of people looking up to you that says, you are their deliverer, you are their savior. You need to rise and accept this responsibility. DSA, I think I will give you time to speak on this issue before I call on people to call in.
Yeah, for the people who want to call in, they need to go to Facebook Messenger, look for the word Move Agents. Facebook Messenger, look for Move Agents. And when you get to Move Agents, write to us that you want to call. Just write and send an SMS note that you want to call. So what do I have to say? I say that right now, only laziness will make Nigerians not to achieve this goal. To cancel the Senate, the National Assembly, or reduce it, or reduce their salary. Only laziness will not make that to happen. Everything is already set to make that happen right now. Are you hearing me? Not that you walk. Everything is already set. Number one, the fact that some of them are already raising their voice and saying it is wrong what is going on, and that we have to reduce the size and the cost of running governance, that is already, the table is set for Nigerians to be able to take over from there. Secondly, the fact that there is a governor, sitting governor, saying the same thing, that we don't even need the Senate, the National Assembly, we could function without it. That is also another, for me, those are major help right there. Now, the only thing that is left, and this actually, no, before I say that, the third factor that it makes it for me to know that everything is set, the table is set, is that the two people that have spoken, Rochas who has spoken, and Fayemi who has spoken, the two of them belong in the ruling party. And the ruling party is the major party in Nigeria. That ruling party alone could take this decision. So, what is left is just to have one more person that's going to be on the side of the APC chairman or from the group of the president. If we could get another one more voice from president's team and from the chairman's team, that is what it needs. APC alone can pass this law. So for me, it is just a matter of strategy that is left. We can put strategy in place, and the next day you will see that the thing is passed.
Wonderful.
So I've told you people a little bit more than I said before.
That is a little bit deeper than what we have heard before.
Yes. Let him that has ear. Let him that has ear hear.
Because the strategy is now, one will be wondering, he said, what strategy. Anyway, DSA, I know you always have a strategy.
I have it as clear as a day. For me, it will not take more than 1 month for the change to come. Not the change to be constitution to change, but I'm talking for the strategic plan to be put in place. And then within 1 year or 9 months, everything could turn around.
Wow. Well, I also want to believe there are many people listening to this program right now who also have a strategy in place, who would love to call in and share what they think and contribute to this discussion. I think it is time for them to do so, for those who want to do that.
Thank you so very much, Israel. Good News Balogun. These programs on Mondays are becoming mind-blowing. You are doing a great job, and somebody who is here, who is a Russian, sitting down and not even understanding everything you are saying, but the person is saying, who is this man? I said, which man? This man that is you are sitting with you right now on the screen. I said his name is Israel Good News Balogun. They say, it's like your carbon copy. He's even talking like you. And he's having the same power and authority in his voice like you. These are people who don't understand what you are talking about. They are just watching.
Oh, well, if you rub mine with DSA for few time, his life will rub on you. I think I am still learning, but I've taken my personal time to hit your word on a daily basis in my life. I think I live on YouTube. All I go to do there is
you live in YouTube.
Oh yes, that's where I live. So I hear him, I study him. Sometimes I will put his picture and I will be thinking, okay, what is this man thinking? How will he handle this matter? I go after what God is sending to me through him, and then I can vividly talk about it myself that I saw a change. I hardly will not have solution to any problem at the tip of my finger. It's as if those things are already stored in me.
Yes.
Just tell me any problem.
Yes.
But this wasn't me before. But how it happened, I don't know. But I discovered that I've been hearing. Some of the things I thought I've forgotten. When the thing just saw, I'm here. I'm inside of you. It will just address and say, oh, I understood this thing from this place. That has been what has been helping. Though every day when I want to say I'm trying, I see the next thing this man is doing. I say, how will I even get to a point where I can predict this man? I can just say, this is what's going to do next. I still imagine in my head that, wow, I cannot understand where is he coming from again right now? But everyone, not only me, I've met with some of the people who also are followers, young brothers like me, who are followers of this man. I've seen them demonstrating wisdom. I can feel the wisdom that is coming out of them. This has nothing to do with what they study, school they go. Of course, I'm in Nigeria. I've never stepped out of Nigeria in my life. But to see, I said, okay, if this is replicating itself in everybody that have a relationship with this man has something that the whole world would need. And that alone is the reason why I keep on following diligently. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much. Well, for people, it's time now for people who want to call into the program. If you want to call to the program, please go to Facebook Messenger, look for Move Agents, and when you get to Move Agents, you could send us a message, SMS message that you want to call into the program and contribute, and we'll call you back and you'll be able to contribute. Well, we're talking about values. That's what our country lacks. Look at this book here, The Value-Driven Nation. The Value-Driven Nation. We have lost our value as a nation. We don't have it. We are not driven by value. We are driven by greed and by money. We need to become value-driven. I wrote this book to commemorate the independence of Nigeria, the 59th independence. So please, and not just for Nigeria, this is for any country. These values that are in this book will change the life and destiny of any nation. So if you want to know what are the secrets of how to build a nation, they are here in this book. Do we have a caller? Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Can you please speak louder and closer into your device?
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Who is calling from where?
Is that okay now?
A little bit better.
Oh, a little bit?
Yes.
This is on the line, sir, from Valencia.
Who?
Ude?
Ude? Oh, wow. Where did you disappear to, Ude?
I've been around, sir.
You've not called in, no?
No, I've been a bit busy, but I just this program. I said, let me call in.
Nice to hear your contribution, because without your contribution on this platform, not the thing not they complete. Oh.
You are doing a great job, sir. You are doing a great job, and God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
You see, these are senators, they are criminals, all of them.
So you agree with Israel Balogun?
Yes, that's who they are, and they knew. You see, just last week, the parliament in Italy, from 315, they reduced it to 200 senators.
Yes.
And they are going to save about 897 million per annum.
Yes.
And they have a plan in the next 10 years. They are going to save billions of euros, and they have a plan, budget, what they want to use that money for.
And the nation of Senegal, they cancel their parliament. They cancel and close it down.
In fact, many others are still coming up with plans. And now, even while they were earning low, and they are still reducing the number of their parliamentarians, and our own, in a country where children goes to bed without knowing where their next meal will be coming from in a week, senators are earning $181,000 in a month.
It is wickedness.
469 of them, and they are not doing anything.
Wickedness.
They are not doing anything. And the pathetic aspect of it, I keep saying it, that the society of Nigerian youth made some of these politicians to behave the way they do.
Yes.
They want less than Big Brother Africa, a program that had no value to the economy, had no value to human impact. Nigeria spend about 1.7 billion in a week.
Wow.
To watch such a program, they contributed in their voting and all that. Now, if they spend that money, maybe pay Mr. Abiso this eating, then mobilize and barricade the National Assembly for 1 week, saying that senators, we need a reduction in number, and we need to revisit this your salaries and all these emoluments. They will hear that cry. They will listen to them.
Yes.
They will listen to them.
Yes.
But because they know that these people don't discuss about issues that affect them, they are so docile in what they do, and that's why they get away with most of these things.
Yeah.
It's a very pathetic situation. And you did say that it was a law that made such money available. It's not law, sir. It's not all law. I listened to DG of Revenue Mobilization,
okay,
Fiscal Allocation Commission.
Yes.
They talk about this. But these people, what they do, they come up with their own budget of the national, what the budget should be, and government give them that money. So they now pad all this their man no be wood allowance. They pad their hello?
Yes.
They pad all those things. Like example is this their constituency project. There's NGO that is doing a project, doing an investigation that all the senators from 1999 that they have carried out this constituency project, those projects are not in existence. These are money that they budget that they have one to site in their communities. They have this thing to site their constituency. At the end, the money entered in their pocket. They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
There's no law about that.
Yeah.
There's no law that backs some of those things out. But that's the area that I keep getting angry with this president. He has outlined all these things why he was not in office.
Yeah.
He knew about the vote of governors that they deduct billions in a country where people don't have access to basic amenities. He has said all these things, and you are now in power, and your party respect you, and they have that trust in you.
Yes.
You can instrument of your party, take it to the National Assembly, and make some of these things.
I agree, absolutely.
And I can tell you, nobody will fight these people outside. Like you were saying, you thought about Shehu Usane table such a bit. No senator will raise issue about their salary on the chamber. If you dare that, they will suspend you definitely.
Yeah.
Nobody will do that. They are court group when it comes to looting Nigeria, because in that parliament, APC they are there, PDP they are there, other minority parties they are there. When it comes about looting, they are
not fighting.
They are not fight. They don't disagree on any issue. But when they are going to sell the idea about their policy followers, now you now hear about APC, PDP. But when it comes to looting, they are united. They're robbing Nigeria. These billions of naira. Do you know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So until we Nigerians rise up to say enough is enough, if we continue the way they are going, these people, they will not. Nobody, if no amount of publicity you give some of these things, or better, let's say president decide to say, I want to put this up, because if he fail to do this, I don't know who is going to do it. He has the popularity among his party loyalists.
I agree with you, absolutely.
He has to table a bill, ask them to do this, do it for the interest of the nation. He has gotten his own salary. His vice president, his deputy did something. Why would these people keep on taking billions of Nigerian money, no infrastructure? This year now, their budget is about 500 billion. Where's it going? 1 billion. Out of that now, they mark about 5 billion for their vehicles. And these are people that have been, they have been in previous privileged position before. My former governor, the former governor Otioji, he was chief of staff for Ojozo for 8 years. He became a governor for 8 years. He has been a senator for 4 years. Now got re-elected. He's going to be about 20-something years. The money we spent maintaining this individual is enough to build the power plant in Aba that will serve the interest of general of all.
Yes.
This is the only person money we've invested in him for the last 20-something years.
Wow.
Go to that Senate now. You see the majority of them now, about 20-something of them are former governors. None of them, they are okay. They are comfortable. And we are still wasting this money in maintaining them when people don't know, when people don't have access to potable water, no access to Medicare, no access to good roads. It's very, very bad. It's very, very bad.
Very strong.
Thank you, sir.
Very strong speech. Very strong.
About this.
Very
Thank
strong.
you,
Good day. Thank you so much. Wow, 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 wow. That is powerful. Well, if you have not yet read this, my book here, you need to get it, because this is where I'm talking about corruption. That if we deal with corruption in Nigeria, then Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. But for that to happen, we've got to do something about the corruption. And the thing we have to do has to be a collective action. All of us have got to work together. So, but we've got to get our acts together. We've got to fight against corruption, clean our house, put our house in order before we could think of being able to have impact. Hello?
Hello? Hello, DSA.
Peter, please. I can hardly hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's better now.
It's good now, yes.
Okay, good evening, DSA.
Good evening, Peter. How is Belgium?
Yeah, I'm so happy to, this
Hello?
set of Nigerians. I said I'm very happy to listen to this topic.
Yeah.
It's a mind-boggling topic, and it's a very big issue. You know, I'm so happy for the life of our brother Israel BALOGUN, because he's speaking everybody's minds.
Yes.
I think if any true Nigerian listening to this, the way he's analyzing the problem that we have in Nigeria, down and every true Nigerian will just be, everybody will just be shedding tears inside his heart, because his mind is heartbreaking. Our country. But you know, since I started listening to you, started reading your book, started following, I already have a shift of mind. Everything is possible for those that have the belief and work for it.
Yes.
You know, since you started speaking out from the religious aspect of it, and now we are in politics, things are changing, and people's mind has been renewed. And I believe for 20 years, this is why we have been suffering this senators. They come out to speak about it, you know. And what people have not really understand is that speaking about something is like the passion that you have for it, the way you are presenting it, the way it's going. And people don't really know that everything have time. This is the time. And I see that Israel is like, how is it going to happen? Because there are so many organizations, NGOs that have come out, that sponsored one. It's for their own, they do it for their own selves. But information is very powerful. I believe on information. I believe on true information, because sometimes our big problem is challenges. We don't know something, we don't know how to go about it, because the information that the information they are giving out is just for us to be fighting ourselves, to have a religion, Christian and Muslim fighting, to have a ethnic group fighting ourselves. They don't even want the masses, the people that is suffering this. They don't want to get any good information.
Right.
So that is my point. Yeah, my point is the information is going like a wind. It's going far, because I've been sharing these messages. I've been talking to people. Some people don't have hope in Nigeria. I know. Even yesterday, my brother we were talking. I say me, I'm really our faith in Nigeria. I said yes, because of what I know, because of what I understand, because of what I believe now, that everything have time, and there is a movement that is going that people don't want to listen, because Nigerians are absent-minded. They don't want to listen to the real information because of it's not their fault. Yes, if you go to Nigeria, what Israel is saying is facts. They have succeeded, remove everybody's sense of thinking because of the poverty, because of our religion too, all these beliefs that we have. Nobody thinks, but I know, I believe, and I think, and I know that the information that you are giving out there, this program, no television station in Nigeria, no radio station, nothing that have present this kind of information that we have today, that even myself as a grown-up, I have inside. We talk about value. I listened to one of your messages, values this morning, about the value of Nigeria. Do I know what is value before this time? Do I know before I came to Europe? Do I know what is value? Do any Nigerian know what is the value system? What is virtues and values? We don't know. But this information, so I believe that step by step, it's like somebody is going to war. We are going to war now, for example. This Nigeria project is a war. So it's like your instrument is a bomb. It's like all these mini bombs. We are throwing it everywhere, and everybody is listening. Everybody is hearing. Everybody is carrying the message. Yes, because where they were angry before was when we were talking about their fathers, which is Jews. They were all angry. But is the truth? It's already there. The truth. But now we are talking about the politicians, because these are this set of people, of individuals in Nigeria that have ruled, the politicians and the so-called religious leaders, pastors and Jews. So now they will be happy. They are happy that we are talking about the politicians, and they are listening. People are going to if you watch your program on YouTube, all these talking to the politicians, you see that it's just the view is just high in every day, because people want to really get information, which me, I'm happy. So I believe, yes, everything that is going on, everything have time. The suffering is enough. And all these senators, they are just, how many of them, all these politicians, how many of them that when you talk about the solution, you don't want to give her the solution. For me, I was just thinking in my mind, I was just praying that you should not even say it, because there are some things that you will give out, they will go and find a way to block it later and everything. But there are the movement that is coming, they cannot stop it. Yes. I believe, because I always Nigerians, there are a lot of Nigerians that want, that is there. They need just a little information. They just need a little awareness for them. We don't need much of an NGO for people to come. When this information started going wild, you see people started coming out, because we don't know nothing. Yeah. Nobody is hearing anything at all. That is just the problem that we have. Yeah. All the former governors, all the former senators, it's just because they succeed. They have reason why they don't want anything to work. It's not that they cannot do it. They have a reason why they don't want it to work, because they know this is the only way they can be authority, they can be king, they can be what they want. They can use anybody to get what they want. But people, I will say thank you. People are getting the information. People are knowing, so getting what you are doing. People are seeing it, and we are happy. And many people is understanding now that is. Well, thank you, DSA. This is where we.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to identify myself with you. I'm so very happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Grateful. Blessings. All right. I'm sure we still have more callers. And yeah, please go ahead. And if you have not yet joined my mentorship program, go to sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. And if you have already done that and you want to join our Nigeria movement, you can go to the same blog, sundayadelajablog.com/Nigeria, sundayadelajablog.com/Nigeria, or sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. One of those ones will really do you good. And if you want to get any of these books, you could get them on Amazon, or you can get them on Okada Books. That's the electronic one. But in Nigeria, you can get the physical ones by going to DSA Books Planet, dsabooksplanet.com. Hello?
Hello, DSA. Good evening.
Do you have a caller?
Yeah, hello, DSA. This is Adelaja.
Yes, how are you, my sister?
I'm fine, thank you. Today is another...
Just make sure you speak louder, please, and into the device.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
No.
Hello?
Yeah, a bit better now.
Okay. Yeah, today's topic is a really good one for us to trash out. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the news today. I mean, the budget, 2020 budget, right? And then Buhari is saying something billion for X. What are they? Jonathan, Obasanjo, what is
ex-head of state.
Yeah, for their whatever benefit.
Well-being.
And I'm wondering, what did they do? How did they left the country to deserve all that? I don't get it. Running into billions, not just million, billion to pay, because how many ex-presidents have you got? I mean, that are still alive. They are the only 3 or so. And yet you are putting them in a budget, whereas to budget for minimum wage, 30,000 has not yet been implemented since, I mean, God knows when they started, since last year Labor Day started. So this government is just washed out. Look at it again. Buhari went abroad, UK, cut treatment for 6 months. So also his wife is having another health challenges now. She too went for 2 months. All of the bill for Nigeria to pay. Yet billions of people, millions of people are in dire health challenges in Nigeria, and yet they couldn't do anything about the health service. So this is really one of the worst government we've ever had. I think so. So the only, all the senators will do what? If the head is doing that, the senators, yes, they will do what? They are just, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to classify them. So what I think is, your program has really brought a lot of awareness. People are so aware now. And I'm telling you, let's watch and see. There's going to be a bloody revolution in Nigeria. Because this is getting unbearable for people. The poverty is so high. It is very high. Like, I took up to help a school, to put up a building for a school in one of the, Ogun State that I picked on the mail, on the publication, yeah? And you can't believe it. It's really so bad. So I did everything up and I said, okay, I'm going to provide meal for the children because the primary school. So I provide daily meal. I get me a cook to get the children meal daily. So they got the cook. So this was at the beginning of this new session. And now I got the news that all other villagers now withdraw their children from other schools to come to this school just because they're going to be having meal and the building is better than what it was in other schools.
Wow.
An individual.
Wow.
So I'm asking, what is this? I mean, the the community, I mean, the councillor, the whatever of that community is doing, which is I'm here doing all this, I'm telling you. So my intention is when I get home, I'm going into the local government of that area to ask them that you can't do it, then I've done it. So how are we going to move forward? Because I want to challenge them really, really well. Because you look at, there's another news that Kogi State, where that Dinomalaye comes from. There's a guy who cried out last week about one primary school that is really, is a crying for. And yet, Dinomalaye is flaunting so many exotic cars in his own state, Kogi State. So many exotic cars, he's flaunting it, and his town, his village, it is in dire need of help. So these senators, they are just, I'm sure even the military will come in soon, because the situation in Nigeria is getting to an unbearable stage. I'm sure it won't take long before the military will come in. I can see that coming, because it's just not well for everybody in that country now. It is not well at all. From the news we read, from the people you talk to, when you call them, no. You feel like crying over the phone, just hearing them. It's really a pathetic state Nigeria is. Very, very pathetic. Very, very pathetic. So I'm not in, I don't pity when they accuse Oshibaju of so millions that misappropriate. I don't pity him, because instead of him to in Aso Rock cracking his head, because he's well educated, cracking his head on how to make the country. They are telling us they want to get millions out of poverty. How are they going to get millions out of poverty if they're all going abroad for medical health? They are paying nonsense to presidents and all that. How are you going to get millions? They're just saying all rubbish out. They don't have good intentions in their heart to do anything good for that country. And you really related the situation of Nigeria, that everybody is, ideology of Nigeria is go, get what you can get, and for yourself and your immediate family, which is really, really sad. These people are not there to see to the betterment and make that country a beautiful country and a prosperous and, a good state where they go to. As of now, what is his name? Atiku, who wanted to, since he lost, he's not in the country, he's in Dubai. How can you have money to live in Dubai all the way from Nigeria? So all your investments are over there. You're spending dollars there, because they don't spend naira in Dubai, do they? So he's spending dollars in Dubai, living there all this time, and yet he's telling us to vote for him to become. No, all of them need to go. So by the grace of God, everything, all these youth, because they own the future. They need to sit off and look well and think critically of how to solve their situation. There's the social media is going to do a lot, because everybody is crying out on the social media now to point out the issues that is destroying the country for us, which is a good start. Thank God for media technology. Thank God for that. It's helping a lot, and your own program is really helping a lot, because you've really eyes and our knowledge and our wisdom to a lot of things that are not publicly, that we are not even aware of. And awareness is coming to everybody, and they are beating all of them anywhere they see them. They will lynch them at the end of the day, and even kill some of them. The bandits are doing their work for them good, because they caused the whole situation Nigeria is in. And it will get to a stage that, yes, something will happen to put correction. It has to be destroyed to rebuild it. It has to be all destroyed, then we rebuild it. That's what it's going to be to at the end of the day. Thank you so much for your hard work in giving us all the necessary information that we need to know, because we've been out of the country for, years, and we just, go once and come back. But thank God, if we all can just try, because I'm not interested in politics before, but with the take up of this school, that will make me, I'm helping Ogun State. That would make me go into politics and enter them and say, I can do I did it with my own personal hard work money. So if I get government money, I will do better for the state than what you people who are there are doing, because they're all useless. Thank
wonderful,
you so much.
wonderful. Thank you so very much, Sister Adiola. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, it's getting hot down here. Cankerworms and locusts are giving us troubles. The locusts and cankerworms. They are here. And they have been here for a long time. They have been here for a long time. And they are spoiling our commonwealth and destroying our nation. So we need to talk about it. And the plague of silence needs to be broken. Do we still have callers? Okay, I think we still have other callers who want to call. This is Nigerian Mindset, a program we have here on Mondays. And you are welcome to, spread this message. Please go and share the message. Share. I've been having problem with Facebook these days. They don't allow my post to go around. So our emphasis now will be on YouTube. I'm even thinking maybe I'm going to stop broadcasting on Facebook for some time, so that Facebook will rest from me, I think, because my post, out of 100,000 people, or over 100,000 people, maybe 130-something thousand friends that I have, they will only send notification to about 500 or 1,000. That's too small. So please go and share the message. Share the message in groups. Share the video in specific groups, Facebook groups, and share the YouTube link as well. Let's share. Let's share the book. Let's share the link, the message, and we could share the video from YouTube as well. Let's see if we have a caller. Hello.
Yes, sir. We have one. Good evening, DSA.
How are you, my dear sister?
I am doing great, and you?
Yeah, I was just thinking about you, that maybe you should call now.
Shalom, my great family of the Most High God. Israel BALOGUN, you are really a true disciple of DSA. Kudos and blessings. Keep it coming. I trust this side of you because DSA is equal to the task. Keep it coming, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah. DSA, I'm going to go to us first. Let me leave the senators for now.
Okay.
And go to us. Because we keep saying Buhari, president. First and foremost, he's not going to work alone. The president, whatever he's approving now, or whatever he's putting in the budget, is what he met on ground as a president. That's what has been working for us, which we need to tackle. It's not even his problem now, because if he removed those things single-handedly, then he now becomes a dictator.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna want to do that.
Yeah.
We're in democracy, and we have to handle things democratically. So I'm not blaming this president for putting anything there, because that is what he met on ground.
Okay.
This is where I have to blame us. One time Israel was saying something, and he said we took our majority. You can never change what majority is. If we as Nigerians have sold our majority, it will not change that dictionary meaning of majority. Majority still decides. But if we've given our majority to, like me, if I have given my majority to my beloved senator that is owing Nigeria to even bankrupt Nigeria, if I still owe it to him to give him that respect, fight for his name wherever he's called that he's owing Nigeria, who am I going to blame? I blame myself for my gullibility.
Yeah.
Same thing goes to what is happening to our pastors. The Bible said, love your enemies. And your pastor within your korokoro eye telling you hate your enemies. And you don't have your mindset to say this is not true. You can't say this is not true. You don't even want to listen to your brother or sister that is telling you, sis or bros, is this man saying the truth? Or is the Bible wrong? Either the Bible is wrong or my pastor is wrong. We are not ready to attend to that. Now we're going to blame anybody. We as a nation, we have failed God. We have failed our nation. We have failed the generation unborn. We have to start from us. We have to start from us. Don't bother about the fact. We can see that you are even taking the heat. We're going to take the heat. We will take the heat. We were arguing on Facebook sometime concerning Biafra and Nigeria. And I bluntly said, I'm a Nigerian. Somebody said, you are stupid. I said, why? I'm not stupid, bro. Rather, you are massaging your emotion. Nothing stops Biafra if he's coming to stand side by side with Nigeria. Nigeria is standing side by side with the US. Why would Biafra stand side by side with Nigeria? Why would Nigeria crumble because Biafra is coming up? It never happens that way. It can never happen. Igbo people called it Onyebiro Onyebiri. It's like, stay on your lane, let me stay on my lane.
Yeah.
Nobody will bring the other down because you want to climb up. It can never happen that way. I'm not against anybody that want to go anywhere you want to go, but we are not separating. I remain a Nigerian lady till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, if we as citizens start holding our representatives responsible, bros, I know that they are giving some money for our section. Where is it? What are you doing with it? They will stand up. But we, the citizens, we are failing because they will run around our states. They will do everything they want to do. We keep clapping for them. Clapping for what? Somebody is using the money the federal government gave to you. He's not using it to do anything. And you are happy seeing that person. You can't even question. If anybody questions that person, you will call that person jealous. I don't even know whether we know the meaning of jealousy. That I'm requesting for what belongs to me, and you're saying I'm jealous of him or her? Why will I be jealous? This is what the federal government has given us. No, we will not talk to our senators. We will go to Buhari. We will go to him. Because we think we keep calling about Buhari. It's not about insult. It's not about cursing. Truth can never be destroyed.
Yes.
Truth stands every test of time. Now, let me come to some of the representatives that said they spoke and nobody listened. Resign your post. Resign it. History will come back thanking you. Speak what you know that is evil. If nobody is listening, resign. Make that impact. We will see it. Somebody was accusing Rocha Sokorocha. Why did he not resign? It doesn't mean anything first. When it comes to resigning, we will see who will resign. But let him speak first.
Yeah.
For Rocha Sokorocha to speak. I think I'm forgiving him now for building all those things he did in Imo State because I don't know what he's going to do with those structures. But for him to speak now,
kudos. Kudos to him.
It's better late than never.
Yeah, kudos.
It's better late than never. I give my kudos to Rocha Sokorocha for even seeing that it's not good and he's speaking.
If they say he is not good and he's the one that is speaking, it means he is still better than the others.
That's it. That's it. Igbo people say Chacha is better than Chanot. That means at all is better than nothing. So Rocha Sokorocha supersedes all of them for even speaking. I'm taking Rocha Sokorocha from. Yes, you always say be here and now.
Yes.
I'm taking Rocha Sokorocha as being here and now. Maybe he didn't know that, but now he knows and he's doing the. He merits to be congratulated.
Yeah, because it means he has more conscience than all those other ones who are just eating and shopping.
Exactly. So, talking about the state of my beloved sister Adelaja, thank you so much, sweetheart, for embarking on feeding these children. May the Most High God come to your rescue at any point in time.
Amen.
But I'm going to disagree with you coming to Buhari for medical checkup. This hospital hasn't been running and Buhari came in and spoiled it. It has been like that. But all we are saying now is that let it be good. That's all we are saying. That's all we are saying.
Yeah.
Let it be right. Let them fix it. I don't even know why you are calling an article. Let him go. He has never been well for this country. So let him go. Let him go to Dubai. Let them go. Whatever. Go. He never mean well for this country. When he cannot give account of the money they say he took, I'm still waiting for him to respond. And somebody will tell you, why are you calling Atiku? Why? The same way I'm calling Atiku, that's the same way I'm going to call on Olukoya, unless he stop, fall, and die, because it's not in the Bible. Or the same way I'm going to call on Adeboye, unless he stop combing hair, because it's not in the Bible. The same way I'm going to call on the Yedebo, unless he stop slapping kids. Oyedepo should stop slapping, because that one will land him in jail. And he has to stop rendering abuse curses on anybody, because you cannot curse whom God has blessed. And God might decide to change that person. What are you going to do? As for my brother Chris that is talking of a generational curse, he better know that there's nothing like generational curse to a Christian. Nothing like generational curse for a Christian, whether he likes it or not. Yes, I'm going to stop here for now. Thank you so very much.
Beautiful.
Keep doing what you are doing. For bloody revolution in this country, no, it's not going to happen.
Amen.
But revolution will come, but it's going to be mindset revolution.
Yes.
Blessings, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, my sister. Words of wisdom right there. Well, like I said, if you have not yet seen that video, the video we showed today, please go look for it. I have them on YouTube. On my YouTube, you can see all these videos. There are several ones. This one that was shown today is called How Nigerian Senators Are Bankrupting Nigeria. There is another one that is called Senators Eat Like Elephants, Nigerians Eat Like Ants. And then I have the third one that said Nigerian senators eat like, compare Nigerian senators' salary compared to other nations, compared to other countries. Nigeria senators' salaries. Yeah. So, compared to other ones, you're right. Well, I think that will be it for today. For those of you who have not seen this book or you have not read it, How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy, you will cry, you will weep, you will, all kind of things will happen to you while you are reading this book. Anybody who has read this book, it will just shatter your heart, and it will bring it, and it will give you a lot of hope as well. So you go and get it. It's on YouTube. It's on Amazon. It's on dsabooksplanet.com. It's on Okada Books. Then the other book is about how to build a nation, the principles upon which a nation is built. It's called the Value-Driven Nation. That is my dream for my country, to become a value-driven country. Well, I guess that's it for today.